Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this particular video, we will see Magento 2.4.6 installation. Well, this is the second part. On first part, I have already covered XAMPP, Composer and Elasticsearch installation. And I have also added link on the description box below of first part. And whatever step we will see in this particular video is also listed on the description box below. So please do check it out. Okay, before starting Magento 2 installation, on php.ini file, you have to make sure this particular extension are uncomment. So in order to do that, you have to visit your XAMPP config php.ini file and you have to search for this extension and you have to uncomment those extension from there. Okay, so here you can see that I have already uncommented those extension which is mentioned over here. I will list that in the description box below, that which extension you need to uncomment, which is intl, soap, socket, sodium, socket, xll, all are uncommented over here. And second thing, what you have to check is your memory limit. So you have to check that memory limit should equals to 4G. Here I have actually done it to 4G, but in your particular system you have to make it 4G. Whatever memory limit it is, you have to set it to 4G. Okay, so after performing all this, you now we will start with the Magento installation. So let's start. These are the steps we will perform in order to install Magento 2. So let's start with our very first step, that is to create folder on XAMPP install directory. So let's go on the D drive, XAMPP, htdocs, and we will create here new folder named Magento 2. Now we will open command prompt and we'll go to the Magento 2 created folder, which is on D drive, cd, XAMPP, cd, htdocs, cd, Magento 2. And here we will run this particular command. Well, this contains public and private key that will going to be globally configured. So we will run this particular command over here, and you can see this composer.phar file will be created. Our next step is to install all composer related dependency using this command. So we will run this particular command and it will going to install all composer related dependency. Okay, so now if you open this folder via editor, you will see all the required files are created. Now our next step is to create database. So we will open php and will create new database named Magento 2 and will create it. Now we will run this particular command to install Magento related tables on our database. So we'll run this command. So as seen here, Magento table has been installed. We'll we'll come back here to resolve this particular error, but let's first go to the php and see that if tables have been created or not. Yes, it has been. created. Now we'll go back to our error. It is saying something that gd2.php file is a wrong file. So in order to fix this particular error, what we have to do, we have to visit this particular path and we have to replace this function on this gd2.php file with this function. Okay, so let's open that particular path, which is in vendor Magento framework image adapter and gd2.php. Now we'll search for this function. So basically what we are doing, we are attaching a condition of if not file exist file name. So basically we are adding this particular and condition over there. We will replace this function and save it. Okay, now we will run setup upgrade command to check if this error is resolved or not. Okay, so now we will run setup di compile command, right? Okay, so now we have encountered another error while doing setup di compile and we'll learn how to resolve that. So for this particular error, you have to visit this particular path, Magento framework interception and plugin list generator. Magento framework interception and plugin list generator. Okay, now here we will search. What you have to do here is to remove this pipe symbol with the hyphen one. So we'll simply do this and we'll save it. And now again we will run setup di compile. Okay, so this plugin list generator error is also been resolved. Okay, so now what we are gonna do, we're gonna run this setup static content deploy command. Okay, so after static content deploy, we will run cache flush command. So we'll copy this and we'll run this. Okay, so after this, we will going to visit this particular link to check our installation. So we will go to the browser and hit this particular link. Okay, you can see here that home page has been loaded, but it is not perfectly loaded. If your Magento 2.4.6 is completely installed or not, then the Luma thing, which is the default thing, has to be written here over here. But here you can see there is no such Luma thing. This theme is called. So in order to fix that particular issue, what we're gonna do is we have to go to the etc.dixml file, and you have to search for view preprocessor there. So in this folder, etc.dixml file, view processor, and here you have to replace this symlink with copy and then save it. What next thing we have to do? We have to add it validateURLScheme file, which is under vendor Magento framework view email element template and file, which is under framework view element template file and validateURLScheme file. You have to search for this particular word, and what you have to do is you have to replace this real path with the path variable dollar. So here there has to be dollar path and then save it. After doing all these changes, you have to run Magento setup upgrade command. Okay, after setup upgrade, you have to run static content deploy command. So after static content deploy, we will run index or reindex command. Okay, after that we will run cache flush. Well, now we will go to the browser and hit this particular link. See here, 8082 is my port which I have changed. Default XAMPP has 80 port, but here I have changed it to 8082 port. That's why I have written 8082. Otherwise, if you are running XAMPP on your default port that is 80, then it is fine that you write just http 127.0.1 slash magento2 slash pop. And now you can see that we have successfully installed Magento 2.4.6 version. Since Magento is calling from the perp folder, that's why I have written slash perp. If you want to call Magento from the root folder, then on the next video I will cover that portion. So that's it for this particular video. We'll see you on the next video.